Fong, the guy who found me when I first arrived, seemed to hint at people maybe getting out, I said, hoping to better the mood and get answers at the same time. Plus, if more people are coming in, doesn't that mean that people should be able to get out too?
He isn't wrong, Jackie,
Gavin said encouragingly. At my change of focus to the large man with the long sword, he explained a bit more in a whisper.
She has an older brother. We think he's still outside, and she desperately wants to get to him.
My teeth clenched in commiseration, even as I desperately tried to think of something else to say. There really wasn't anything I could say, or do, though. Suddenly understood not only the group's awkwardness on this subject, but also Jackie's mood. Still, was she glaring at me? She certainly was staring at me with her red, crying eyes. I ignored her look since I felt the same way, to a lesser extent, of course. Sure, my parents didn't exactly need me around, but they'd certainly be worried. What about my court trial? Thankfully, mental fortitude reminded me of my earlier vow to find my way out of here. But the not aging part might be kinda nice. Thankfully, everyone returned to butchering after that, and I discovered what the small blue indicator was showing me deeper inside of the boar. It was the monster core. Or, well, it was the equivalent of a monster core out here in tutorial world. A tutorial core. To my surprise, it carried with it butchering lines that somehow included the creature's heart, which it was joined to. Before I could say something, London had already stabbed his belt knife in and begun working the core free. I accidentally made a noise, somewhere between a scream of horror and a grunt of pain. The group looked at me as the guiding lines for the dissection went red and vanished. I hadn't realized, but my hand was outstretched toward the now destroyed heart. Swallowing nausea at what I just witnessed, I vomited out my next words. Let me collect the cores from now on, okay? What? What's up? London asked, looking confused. I think I just saw a way to make them either more valuable or perhaps even function differently, I answered, making sure they understood I had no idea what I had just seen. I wish there had been a plaque, but I guessed some simple experimentation would be fine. The group looked at each other, and for just a moment I could see something in their eyes. I worried that whatever I saw might be nefarious, but soon recognized it as simple greed, or perhaps just excitement at the prospect of discovering something new, something they could duplicate. I doubted that this particular piece of information wasn't already known here, not if they had a single individual with the skinning-like skill. But if I was being honest, their excited looks made me consider if it was knowledge that I might want to keep to myself. Being new meant that I was behind all the others. Even my current group, which I guessed was likely the dregs of the Maelstrom tribe, likely had more tutorial points than me. And I didn't even know what my own points could get me, let alone how much 25,000 was worth.